Hey there, and welcome to this commentary. So, I want to talk about positive racism, or the positive sides of racism, if you want to call it like that. And I'm just wondering how many people would just read the title and comment something like, there is no positive thing about racism, fuck you, or whatever. You know, sometimes that happens for bigger YouTubers, but I think because of my channel size, it won't happen. But yeah, let's get into the topic. So, positive racism. We all know that, of course, there is so much negative racism out there. For example, black people always commit crimes. Germans are always Nazis. All Americans are fat and uneducated, for example. That's another thing too. There is so much negative racism out there, but I think there is actually positive racism out there too. And for example, black people. If we talk about black people, of course, as I said, there is something like they're all criminals and stuff like that. But there's, for example, they're all athletes. You know, it's not right. Of course, we all know fat black people, for example, and we all know, just kids that can't, play basketball, for example, or something like that. There are black kids that can't do sports for shit. Like, there are white people that can't do sports for shit, and white people that are awesome at sports. I can't even think of one right now because I really suck at sports or athletic things in general. I don't watch it on TV or whatever. But yeah, there are people out there. So yeah, what's negative about calling all black people athletes? Of course it's wrong, but isn't that kind of a positive thing? Isn't that kind of positive racist? Or yeah, still black people, there is basically a whole sexual fetish just committed to their penis size, so yeah, that can't be negative, can it? Even if only half of them have really huge penises, whatever, it isn't that bad, or is it? Come on, everyone would love that kind of stereotype, wouldn't they? I would love it if it was a common known fact, basically, that all white people have huge penises. Wouldn't it be awesome? You would get all the chicks just because you're white. Yeah. Or let's look at us Germans again. For example, there is this stereotype that we are all very strict, that we are always on time, we get all the jobs done, we are so strict, like we got some kind of stick up our asses. That's one stereotype they have about Germans, and it's kind of racist because we are not all, super dedicated to work, super strict, whatever. We are not all like, I don't know, I can't really... Yeah, but we are not all like that. But that's kind of a positive thing, telling us that we are very committed to our work. It's a good thing. Of course, being a Nazi kind of makes it worse, but whatever. Next, let us take a look at Asians, for example. Asians are very small people, and I think they are actually smaller than, most people. I think that's just with their, huge number, 1.5 billion Chinese, for example. So I think Asians are in fact a little bit smaller than usual people. Normal, oh my god, that sounds so wrong. But you know what I mean, like Europeans or Americans, for example. I think Americans are even bigger than Europeans, or most Europeans. So yeah, whatever. So that's kind of the negative aspect, what we think about Asians. But for example, we are basically believing that every Asian is good at Kung Fu or Karate or something like that, that they are very good at martial arts, that they just, can't do it by nature. They are born with superior martial arts skills. We all believe that. Or for example, that they are very, very good at mathematics. And I actually know one guy, I think he's from Korea, South Korea, just to be sure, from South Korea I think he is, or was it Vietnam? I have no idea. And he really sucks at mathematics. He's the worst guy ever. He's even worse than me, and I am so freaking bad at mathematics. Yeah. But on the other hand, I know a guy, he's from Vietnam, definitely, I know that, and he got a doctor or 2 doctors and a diploma and a professor title and whatever in mathematics, and he's just insanely good in mathematics. So yeah, that's an Asian that's actually very good, and I just don't see why that's negative racism. If you think that someone is good or some race is good just because they belong to that race in some area, in some field of work or whatever, I think that's kind of a good thing, isn't it? Or for Jews, for example, that's a German topic again. Yeah, for Jews, for example, I think there is this racist aspect that we believe that Jews are, really love money and love making money and stuff like that. And, this is negative because we are, thinking they are all grieving bastards, for example. But on the other hand, it means they're actually making good money or are good at making making money. So that's awesome, isn't it? So yeah, what do you think about positive racism? Is there something like positive racism? Do you support positive racism? Whatever, this sounds so wrong. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, and of course rate the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. That was it for this commentary. As I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm iLostLink, signing out.